guys, thanks so much for stopping in and joining the Come Up With Me on Morissette Amon. So, Joanne Morissette Amon, also known as Morissette or Moe, was born on June 2nd, 1996 in Miglanilla, Cebu City, Philippines. My apologies if I said that wrong. I'm trying my best. So Morissette was the oldest in her family and has one brother. Her family was always into music. Her name, Joanne, pronounced as Johann, came by her father from German composer and musician of the Baroque period, Johann Sebastian Bach, while Morissette was taken from one of her father's favorite singers, Alanis Morissette. I thought it was so interesting because Alanis Morissette is a dope artist that had a style and sound all her own. And it's interesting to see that over in the Philippines, people were rocking with her too, because here in the States, I listened to her music on heavy repeat because she was so different. So, when I was reading up, I saw that Morissette was 3 years old when her family discovered her talent in singing when she was left alone with a karaoke machine. She had sang the Regine Velasquez song, You Are My Song, and they must have seen the beginnings of their star. They can try, but they can't take that away. Morissette joined her first singing contest held by a radio station in Cebu, where she sang Christina Aguilera's Reflection. After that, she became a frequent singing contestant in Cebu, joining competitions such as Young Star Singing Idol. At 9 years of age, she became a finalist in the Little Division of Little Big Star Cebu. She also did front acts in mall tours for different artists like Sarah Geronimo and Kim Chu. Morissette was a certified fan of Asia's diamond soul siren, Nina. Also, her local musical influences include Regine Velasquez and Sarah Geronimo. At the age of 14, she tried her luck on TV5's Talentadang Pinoy, but lost.
My name is Joanne Morissette Amon, 14 years of age, and I'm from Mambalig, Cebu City.
At tonight, defying gravity, kiss me goodbye. I think I'll try defying gravity. You bring me down, bring me down. Oh.
She then entered a production deal with the production team Muller and Payton to record 14 songs written by them for Morissette. Morissette then was asked to join the new Arista search of TV5, The Star Factor. Because of her strong desire to become a singer and performer, she joined the auditions held in Cebu, wherein the judges picked her as one of the finalists. She then moved to Manila together with her mother to try her luck in the said competition. Lack of sleep, tiredness, and sacrifices paid off when she reached the top 4 as one of the grand finalists. It's interesting. I read that Morissette, her mother, and her brother moved and lived in Manila for 3 years to get closer to opportunities and in order to pursue her dream. At 16, she was the breadwinner, being able to pay for the rent, the bills, and sending her brother to school. Though she had been away from school, the young Cebuyana didn't regret taking that role for her family. Other than actively pursuing her dream of becoming a great singer by auditioning to various shows, she was the first runner-up to Iula Caballero, the Star Factor Grand winner. Mr. David Cosico saw the potential in her and decided to manage her career on TV5. She eventually appeared in several TV5 shows, such as Cassandra Warrior Angel. Having this type of exposure was the beginning stages of helping her build her fan base. In mid-2012, Morissette auditioned for Repertoire Philippines Disney's Camp Rock, the musical, and scored the lead role of Michi Torres, a smart, talented, passionate girl who fights for what she believes in. Morissette enjoyed this first run in theater, but using her voice at full tilt during rehearsals and the play itself took its toll. She started losing her voice after performances, prompting consultation with a doctor who diagnosed her with vocal cord nodules. 2013 marked Morissette's departure from TV5, and that Cassandra Warrior Angel would mark her last project with the network. Her work at TV5 gave her the means to sustain her family. While she enjoyed acting, singing was Morissette's true passion. With the blessing of TV5, she decided to join a new singing competition, The Voice of the Philippines. She considered this to be a risky move because it meant starting over, and there was the risk of failing in the blind auditions. During the blind auditions, she impressed Sarah Geronimo with her rendition of the song Love on Top and became part of Team Sarah. Morissette impressed the audience during the first live show of The Voice of the Philippines with her powerful rendition of Christina Perri's Jar of Hearts. She received the highest percentage of votes in Team Sarah that made her safe from the bottom two of each team and had her advance to the next level of the competition. For the second live show, Morissette went head-to-head with former South Border member Mackie. She sang What About Love. Sarah Geronimo picked her over Mackie. She advanced again to the next round of the competition. During the semifinals, she chose to sing Jessie J's Who You Are. Unfortunately, she lost to Clarice de Guzman, who also belonged to Team Sarah. Her loss in The Voice of the Philippines didn't stop her career. Morissette went on with TV guestings, mall tours, and other activities together with her fellow Voice of the Philippines finalists. Despite her departure from the competition, comparisons between her and Sarah Geronimo, her mentor, continued to hound her. And it's kind of crazy because the two kept being compared to each other. On top of them being compared to each other, they both looked alike. So it's hard to make an impression of her own when she keeps getting compared. It's like the apprentice trying to outgrow the shadow of the teacher. Even at the outset, two judges in the audition noted similarities in the vocal style of the two singers, which is unsurprising given that Morissette has always acknowledged Sarah Geronimo as a major influence on her, to the point of calling Sarah as her idol. In an interview, Morissette clarified that in the beginning she felt hurt from the comparisons, but at present she considers it an honor. She further elaborated that she will just have to do something different and find the means to break away from the shadow of her former mentor and thus establish her own identity. I just think that this speaks volumes about Morissette because just her recognizing and being humble enough to understand that it's a gift that she had this person kind of be a guide for her, and she learned so much from that person, and that she'll just establish her own identity and still show respect and really appreciate what Sarah Geronimo offered her in life, you know? As January 2014 began, Morissette started recurring appearances on ASAP or ASAP. They started to introduce her as one of the divas. Together with her former teammate from The Voice of the Philippines, they were given a segment on ASAP called HD or Homegrown Divas. She also started performing in It's Showtime, a variety show. This show provided Morissette a venue to demonstrate her talent, not only in singing, but also in dancing, as some of her numbers required her to sing and dance at the same time. In May 2014, Morissette held her very first solo concert entitled This Is Me, which also doubled as her 18th birthday celebration. Her songs included hits from international singers such as Katy Perry, Beyonce, and Christina Perri, as well as those from local singers such as Regine Velasquez. She even paid homage to the inspiration for her name by singing Alanis Morissette's Ironic, and You Learn. During this concert, she announced that she was already a part of Star Records. Morissette had the opportunity to perform with an internationally known singer during Jessie J's Live in Manila concert on the 14th of July, 2014. She was asked to interview Jessie J for the Music Channel Mix. During the interview, she mentioned that she sang one of her songs when she joined The Voice of the Philippines. Jessie J then requested Morissette to sing in front of her, and despite being hesitant, she sang a portion of the singer's hit song, Who You Are. This impressed Jessie J so much that she immediately decided to invite Morissette to join her on stage during her concert later in the evening.
And Morissette interviewed me earlier, and she sang on The Voice Philippines, and she came second. And she mentioned it to me, and I said, oh, what song did you sing? And she said, Who You Are. And I said, sing it to me. And I said, you have to come on stage and sing it with me tonight. I think that's just her family. I think that's just her friends. I think that she's over here somewhere. And she's going to come out and she's going to sing a little bit of the song at the end. And I want you guys to make her feel hugely welcome. Yeah, you can come up now and you can stand with the girls so you can get comfortable. Please make Morissette feel hugely welcome, everybody.
has to be huge when you start to first see artists that you respect recognize your talent. You're still trying to come up and they're recognizing your talent and seeing you. They see you got it, like you're special. The singer even took to Instagram to express her admiration at Morissette's talent, saying, "The moment at It's Morissette sang to me and told me she auditioned for the Voice of the Philippines and came in second. So great. So I invited her out to sing with me. Love when this happens." In September 2014, Morissette performed at the 2014 finals of the P-Pop Love Songs, the country's most popular songwriting and music video competition. She interpreted Aking Ka Na Lang, an original song written by Francis Louis Kiko Salazar, which was chosen as one of the 15 finalists out of more than 6,000 entries submitted since November 2013. I think it's amazing just the idea that out of 6,000 entries, she was chosen as one of the 15 finalists. That just says so much about what an impression that song and that performance has. It has gained popularity since and was one of the most requested songs I've received to cover when initially reacting to one of her songs. In March 2015, Star Records released her first studio album, the self-titled album Morissette. The album eventually reached platinum status. Morissette sang theme songs for big movies under Star Cinema, including a cover of Starship's hit song Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. Morissette was awarded as the Best New Female Recording Artist at the 2015 PMPC Star Awards for Music. She was also recognized by the National Consumer Affairs Foundation's Seal of Excellence Awards as the 2015 Outstanding Female Performing Artist of the Year. She was awarded at the first Wish 1075 Music Awards as Female Artist of the Year for 2016. Winners in WMA's major award categories were allowed to choose beneficiaries of financial assistance. Morissette's choice was Home for the Angels in Santa Ana, Manila, a crisis center for abandoned infants. She commended this unique aspect of the event and shared, "I feel blessed because last year I won awards, but they recognized me as a new artist. This one is different because I'm giving away to a beneficiary, not just winning for myself." I think this just speaks volumes about her personality and how she's a humble person and wants to give back and found it to be a blessing to be able to share from what she wins. And I just think that was just speaks so much about what kind of person she is and why she's loved so much. Morissette held her first major concert at the Music Museum in 2016. During this sold-out show, she sang a combination of old and new songs. Prior to the concert, Morissette revealed that she envisioned it to be a means where she could showcase her versatility as an artist. Specifically, she wanted to break free from her stereotype as a belter and show her skill in dancing as well as demonstrating her softer side, which she didn't get to show often. She topped the 2017 Second Wish 1075 Music Awards with a total of 8 awards, far more than any artist nominated. Morissette won all the 6 categories she was nominated in. She was one of the unique artists garnering at least 10 million YouTube views from some of her songs. 4 of her awards were for her cover of Secret Love Song, which became popular and reached 1 million YouTube views only a week after it premiered. That is huge for someone to do that. It just shows how many people were recognizing this amazing talent that Morissette has. Morissette has often been referred to as Asia's Phoenix since her performance at the 14th Asia Song Festival in Busan, South Korea on September 24th, 2017, where she represented the Philippines. In February 2018, Morissette had her biggest concert called Made. A couple months later, Morissette's performance of Secret Love Song garnered over 100 million views on YouTube, making Morissette the first female OPM singer to reach that YouTube milestone. So, at this point, she had already amassed over hundreds of millions of YouTube streams, which is honestly an amazing accomplishment when you consider how much content there is on the platform. It's just another example of how Morissette has something very special and captivating about her. In January 2020, Morissette was awarded as the first ever Wish 1075 Hall of Famer. In late November 2020, Morissette released her first co-written and co-produced single, Love You Still, through Underdog Music.
Ever since I started my career, I've just always denied songwriting just because I felt like I was someone who wasn't really open about just sharing my own stories. Although I think I've gotten pretty good to telling other people's stories through music. But I think it's a different story to just have that courage to share my own experiences as well.
Co-written with her fiance, Dave Lamar, the song was in English in recognition of Morissette's growing international fan base and to help promote OPM around the world. In early December 2020, a music video for Love You Still was released. Within 4 weeks of its release, it charted in 12 countries. On February 19, 2021, Morissette released her second co-written and co-produced single, Phoenix, through Underdog Music PH. Within 30 minutes of its release, it debuted at number 3 on the iTunes Philippines chart, and soon thereafter it became her first co-written original song to hit number 1 on the chart. A day later, she released a music video for Phoenix. In May 2021, Morissette released her official recording of Shine in celebration of the song's silver anniversary. One of Morissette's most distinctive vocal features is her ability to sing in the whistle register with ease. Morissette revealed in an interview that Mariah Carey served as an inspiration to develop her talent in whistling, and to date she has done numerous performances of Mariah's songs. To showcase her talent, Morissette occasionally adds whistle notes when doing covers, and songs from her debut album also include whistles. Cast as one of ASAP's Burette queens, literally belter queens, most of her performances revolved around songs that require belting. This led to her being described as a power belter. However, Morissette has admitted that she wants to go beyond her stereotype as a belter and has taken some opportunities to do so by performing songs not usually identified with her. So Jonathan Manalo, the head of Star Records audio content, has been quoted as saying Morissette is not just like any traditional diva who can hit high notes. She has a very distinct tone that can adapt to many music genres. So, in hearing Morissette's story, I really respect her grind and her hustle. She's been doing this for a long time, and she's living proof that hard work and dedication truly does pay off in the long run. I'm so amazed by the strength of her fan base because honestly, I had never heard of her until I was recommended to check her out by somebody who was watching my videos. And honestly, I've covered a ton of artists on my channel, and I've never seen the type of support that her fans show for her. In the States, some of the biggest fan bases that come to mind are the Beehive, which are Beyonce fans, and the Barbs, which are Nicki Minaj fans. But man, the Moanatics may be just as strong. The Moanatics are a different breed. I feel like when an artist is able to make that type of connection, it's because there's something different about them. It's like the fans can almost see some of themselves in that person. You know, there's a ton of people who make music and are successful at it, but there's not a ton of Whitney Houstons, Mariah Careys, Beyoncés. These are people who possess a star power that is even deeper than just the music. And something about Morissette tells me what she has the potential to be, if she's not already, is that and even greater. So shout out to you guys, the Moanatics, because your passion and love for Morissette forces people to have to pay attention to how special she is. I imagine it's a matter of time before she starts to receive that universal type of recognition she so deserves. Thank you so much, guys, for all of your recommendations and suggestions. I can't wait to see what the future holds for Asia's Phoenix. I have a feeling it's going to be a spectacular journey. Please let me know what you guys thought and if you enjoyed this video and what your thoughts are on her. Please feel free to share this video and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a blessed one, always.
When I was starting my career, first couple of years, my goal was just really to make myself known out there and I was really just that at first. And then as I progressed into the industry, my next goal has turned into just singing and being recognized by people to actually having a song that people would know me from. And that for me was, I think, Akin Ka Na Lang. I think that was what really started for me. But now in my 10 years, my goal right now is just to stay in the industry as long as I can and just to be able to sing as long as I can.